This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson, and he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
At the 15-yard line.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. From the gun, it's Wilson. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. Looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Husky, Marcus Peters. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation, turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And now on the heels of the pick 6, here's their offense on the field sooner than intended as they'll try to make it 8-0. And they'll try to run it in with Dobbins. Jackson's going to keep it, and he will get in to make it 8-0. Tell you what, they're not messing around. You get the quick touchdown, and then you go for 2 to go up 8-0 here on the road.
In a sense, they hit him with a big shot right away. You don't throw a jab after you throw the haymaker, right? Go ahead and go for 2. They did. They're in control.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start out on the ground with Carson, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. On 2nd and 12, Wilson. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender. From there, he doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. And they'll try to run it in with Dobbins. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
5-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. A false start backs him up 5. First and 15. From the shotgun, Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 42. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner, forget starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal.
Brings up second.
He's going to keep it again. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is... And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Now, this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah,
and for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the former Husky, Marcus Peters. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. This time Jackson will throw it. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. L.J. Collier drops him for a loss of 10. And it's going to be 4th and long. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out.
Seahawks, nothing.
The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please.
And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll start by running the option to the right. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the 1st. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
He's brought down at the 4-yard line. A gain of 3.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line.
Taken down by Bobby Wagner.
Jackson going to run. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage. To the 7th. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. From the gun, it's Jackson. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they go for it on 4th and goal, hoping to get 6, and it's 6 the other way.
If hindsight is 20/20, they would have gone ahead and kicked the field goal, but by being aggressive, it actually cost them. Give up 6 points going the other way.
And that'll cut the lead down now to 18.
Makes the score Ravens 25, Seahawks 7.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. He fakes the give here and looks to throw. Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 7. At the 40.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
Carry for Baltimore.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball, every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Throwing again on second down. Wilson escaping the pressure right. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And now running right through him. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. 47 yards. Wilson feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Chuck Clark in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
Brings up
on second and goal. Wilson. And he's going to go down again. It's a big loss of 5 there on second down to bring up third and goal.
Sets up third down and goal.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. On third and goal, Wilson, end zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson there to make the grab. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. And this carries into the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Bobby Wagner, the former second-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Let's go ahead and detail this situation here. Third and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle.
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does. That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. Buying time to his left. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
The result of the play is a turnover on downs.
On first down, Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson on target to DK Metcalf. And the Seahawks have made this a one-score game. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
They'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down.
Ravens.
From the gun, Jackson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forgive for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. From the gun, Wilson under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? This taken in about 4 yards deep. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at half?
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 44.
44-yard.
From the gun, he'll set up to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They run it with Carson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Throwing is Wilson. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot. In that time, he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember,
and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Bobby Wagner able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now this This one complete downfield on the left side. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down.
First down.
Here's Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. L.J. Collier, his second sack of the night. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. On second down, Jackson. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Jackson. And the pressure gets to him again. K.J. Wright. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up fourth down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. And he's got this down to the 35. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Not much there, only a yard.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
And now he's going to use his legs. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Brings up 3rd and 3. That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Ravens.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Operating from the gun. Wilson eluding the pressure right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
They're going on fourth down. It's Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They go for it on fourth down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. To throw is Wilson, operating from the gun. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, but it'll be second and goal. And this one incomplete, threw it down at the feet of his receiver. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to second and goal. From the gun, Wilson, flush to it, feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack.
A loss of 7. Brings up
Wilson now. Going to throw on third and goal. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Matthew Judon in there to take him down.
Brings up 4th and goal.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And he tugged this one badly. It's no good. Wide left. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, just kicking a field goal there, that's a decision that could be open to second guessing. You know, you're trying to get back within a field goal, but it didn't work out as planned.
And now you're banking on your defense to be motivated enough to get out there and get the ball back for you. I think if that ball goes through the post, the defense is naturally motivated, even elevated in their mission. Now they've got to find a way to dig down deep and get it done.
Beating him there with his legs, 21 yards, first down. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete.
Thrown away.
Now that'll bring up second down. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Jackson's going to look to run it. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
And 5.
He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Here comes Dobbins on the toss right. And they'll get him down right around the 16.
The ball carrier.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now this time he'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Well, that one's all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. Hands up forcing the incompletion.
Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll go option to the short side, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. He may try and run for this. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Here's Wilson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Will Dissly, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived.
Now Carson fumbles the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. An excellent run of 22 yards on the keeper and also a first down. He's going to keep it again. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Pick up of 2. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Seattle.